I'm Augustus. I am striving to be the President of the United States in 2028. I'm standing here on the grounds of the North Carolina State Capitol in Raleigh because this is where the pulse of this state and the roots of our country should be strongest. The old North Carolina State House is a masterpiece of Greek Revival architecture designed to stand as a temple of liberty. But for far too many North Carolinians, it has become a black hole, a place where the voices of the masses go in, but only the interests of the rich and the well-connected come out. Today is day 3 of my 50+1 Capitals tour. My plan seems obvious to me and necessary, but here in the halls of power and for other presidential candidates, it could be considered revolutionary. The plan is to visit every capital in this country, including Honolulu and Juneau, over the course of the next 58 days. Not to give motivational speeches, but to listen to the people, and hopefully to truly hear what problems the general public need fixing. North Carolina is a state forged in the spirit of independence and defined by its variety. It is a land where the towering peaks of Mount Mitchell, the highest point in the east, give way to the rolling hills of the Piedmont and finally to the fragile beauty of the Outer Banks. North Carolina has always been a battleground of ideas and a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. To lead here, one must respect the grit of the high country and the enduring grace of the coastal plain. But to be the leader of the whole country, you actually have to know the whole country. You have to breathe in the crisp fall air of the Northeast, feel the heat in the South and Southwest, and stand in awe on the Great Plains. You need to admire the magnificent vistas of the Pacific Coast Highway, cross the mighty Mississippi, and traverse the passes of the rugged and majestic Rockies. You cannot lead a people you do not know, and you cannot know the people from inside a speeding motorcade, a high-flying jet, or a gilded office. Having lived in 7 states and visited all 50 states at least once before, I feel I have a glimmer of understanding of who the people of the United States truly are. But you can never stop learning, so I'm visiting each state again. And I plan to do this over and over again during the course of my campaign and during my presidential term. Now, you might be thinking, who is this guy? Why him? As I said, I'm Augustus. I was born in New York State 64 years ago. Like you, I've spent much of my life working. I've seen presidents and congresses come and go. I've seen industries rise and fall. And I've watched as the people who keep this nation functioning are treated like sheep or cattle, as resources, not people. But is he qualified, you may be wondering? The Constitution says I am. But think about the people who currently meet in the North Carolina legislature and in Washington, D.C. How many of them are qualified? How many of them are actively working to make your lives better? It seems to me that many representatives have forgotten the primary requirement of the job, remembering who they work for. They shouldn't work for the lobbyists, they shouldn't work for their party, and they definitely should not work for the ultra-rich. Your representatives, including the President of the United States, should work for you, period. I stand for the people, not for corporations that treat employees like line items. Not for the ultra-rich who view the law as a suggestion. Not for the special interests who believe that everyone else should live the way that the special interests think they should live. I still believe in the America our founders envisioned, a land of opportunity and freedom. Not where we find ourselves now, in a land of glass ceilings and locked doors. Why consider an unconventional and unaffiliated candidate like me? Maybe it's because you're exhausted. You're sick of being forced to choose between generic candidate A and generic candidate B, two sides of the same coin, twin men and women born of different mothers. Maybe it's because you want to be able to support someone who not only sees the United States as a beacon of hope rather than a global punchline, but for someone who also has the will to push for the laws and policies that will get us shining brightly on that hill once more. The motto of this state is esse quam videre, to be rather than to seem. It's an excellent thought. And it's time we move the spirit of authenticity off our seals and into our laws, our economy, and our daily lives. Wouldn't it be great if politicians and members of the government couldn't lie? I'm headed to Columbia, South Carolina tomorrow. I have many miles and many capitals to visit ahead of me. If you see me on your State House steps, come over and say hi. Tell me what's keeping you up at night. Tell me what you want for your children. I'm Augustus, and I'm here to listen. I'll see you on the steps where you live. If you see me on your state house, I'm ready. Oh, gotta switch this around. Stop. I can see me now. Okay. Let's press start.